Hi, I thought I would do a tutorial on how to try to make pine needle baskets. Now, I've only made one, but I had a couple people that said, "Oh, show me how to do it." Because if you've got pine needles in your yard, like I do, and as my husband said, to make lemonade out of lemons, right? Then you can make something that's functional and pretty. So what I did was I just went into the front yard and took, I don't know, not even 5 minutes and gathered up a whole trash bag full of pine needles. Now I know what you're thinking, Eileen, I don't have time. But, it's just kind of fun and you might want to. So I'm going to just show you how to prepare the pine needles before you start weaving. So you need 8-inch pine needles. And you're thinking, what difference does that make? Well, um, if you get those really small ones, then you have to adding more, and your stitches have to be a lot closer together, and it can just be kind of a lot of traffic there. And like I said, I just made one, and I noticed that from the get-go. I've done a lot of embroidery over the years. So what I'm doing, and this is painstaking, but what you do is you get your 8 inches, and at the beginning, I actually measured it right for the first few, and they go, oh, okay, so I got it. The long ones, that's pretty obvious, and if you have a short one, it's going to show up. And so it would be nice if they were all just in here in order, but they're not. So I'm gathering them up because you see this end on here of the pine needles. Instead of breaking them off, like, and some people are going, Eileen, I shred corn, I snap peas, I shell peas. Trust me, this is the better way to do it because you could do several at one time, because otherwise you'd be snapping at them and they might not come off straight or something like that, and your thumb and your forefinger are going to get, and your index finger are going to get kind of numb anyway from them. So I just gather them up and then I just cut the ends off. I was watching this video, and this woman was doing it after she had soaked the needles. Now, it takes a lot of needles to make a small basket. And so I thought these were gallon bags, but they're not. Okay, so it's a half a gallon bags, and they're not completely full. And it's still not going to make a big basket, but I've got a whole bunch, right? I can add to it. But I'm going to fill these up, and then I'm going to soak them. And what you do is you just get a big pan, and you put water in it, and you boil the water. And as soon as it starts getting to a nice rolling boil, then you turn it off. And then you put all the needles in there and put a lid on it, and then you just let them soak for like 30 minutes. You don't boil the needles, you let them soak. And the reason why you do that is you want them to be soft so that the thread can go through. And this, and it's taking a few days. I just finished this a few days ago, and it's still kind of soft, but it's not like soft and wet. But it really made it a lot easier. I didn't have any problems getting this through the needles at all whatsoever. And so as soon as we get these all soaked, then I'll talk about the kind of thread. And there's different stitches. Like I said, if you look online, you'll see some beautiful baskets, and you see some beautiful plates and wall hangings. And I haven't got there, obviously. I'm just starting. But this is just the process, and it is kind of painstaking, but it's right out there in front of my front yard, and I hate all those pine needles. They're just very unattractive, and so I decided to try to do something with them. So anyway, I'll talk to you back when we finish soaking the pine needles.